my channel. It is Christian here, and you are tuned in for more of my 2 cents. Yes, indeed. If you are new to the channel, go ahead, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and get some notifications to see if you like any of the upcoming videos and content that I'll be posting. I try to keep it, sweet, simple, and to the point, but sometimes the topics get a little bit good. It get deep. It be real good. And I don't edit my videos. I don't edit them. I may try to start editing videos, but I just like to give it to you real raw and uncut, authentic and direct and to the point. And I think that's the best way. That's the best way to do it. Not to try to filter my way out, but instead to give it to you raw, real, and uncut, which a lot of people just don't do anymore, especially when it comes to spiritual topics. So there are 3 points that I'd like to make before we always get started in our topic for the day. Number 1, you are not alone. Number 2, you are not crazy. And number 3, God still loves you. Keep that in mind the whole time that we are having this talk on my line. Bars. Okay. Yes. Now, I have not presented Harafe in a while. She has an attitude. Go ahead and say hello, Harafe. Y'all hear the beat? That's Harafe too. Okay. Got it. All right, good. Very good. So Harafe is my golden giraffe. The G is silent, all right? And it's all things luxury out here. So got it from, I think I got this from Burlington. Maybe Home Goods. I don't know, but luxury indeed. We don't do calves. We do giraffes. Okay. So the topic for today, are you waiting on God, or is that just an excuse? Oh my goodness. People in church are infamous for this. People in church are infamous for lying on the Lord. All right. You're a Lord liar. You be out here lying on Jesus because you're not waiting. You're not waiting on God. You're not. Oh my God. And I just want somebody to go ahead and accept that truth today. Is it an excuse? Is it an excuse to be inactive? Oh, I'm getting into my points already. Is it an excuse to remain stagnant and not grow? Are you not realizing that every time you say that, you're usually saying that from a place of the same place you was in last time you said it? No movement, no growth, no action. I don't personally believe that God is in stagnation. I don't believe that, there's no evolution to you as an individual. I think it's fear. I think it's you just not wanting to do anything. Sometimes I think it's laziness for certain people, and it's just an excuse to get people to leave them alone. I'm waiting on God. Keep on waiting, baby girl. We're going to pass you up, take 5 laps, and then maybe come back. Or maybe not come back. But we'll know you're still here. All right. This is usually an excuse to remain stagnant and inactive. First point, already had said it. Growing up, and I've talked about this a lot in past videos, a huge statement that a lot of people use in church, holiness, maybe Southern Baptist, but I can only speak from my own experience in the Pentecostal church, is, have you heard from God? Well, have I? I don't know. What does that look like? People will literally ask you, have you heard from God? Have you sought God about that? What did God say? Have you been released by God to do that? Y'all got to stop asking people these negative 911 questions. Like, 911 asks the right questions to get you help. Y'all asking negative 911 questions. Like, y'all not going to help me after I answer these questions. If you ask a person, have you heard from God about that? And they say no. Do you have some solutions? Do you give proper guidance or some kind of insight on how they can hear from their creator? No, I didn't think so. There are very little tools that exist in spiritual spaces. No, church spaces. I ain't gonna say spiritual because there's other spiritualities where people actually do give guidance and give resources and tools and share with you how you can be more in tune with your creator and the wisdom that will spark on the inside of you. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about people in the church who literally don't want you to take or make any moves. They don't want you to take any steps forward. You have to stay where you are. That's the only way that's the only way That's the only way the teaching works, is if you stay where you are. If you change, if you evolve, if you grow, if you thrive, they don't have control anymore. So you have to stay where you are. They don't want you to get any better. They don't want you to do anything. They don't want you to get too much information, wisdom, knowledge, or boldness about you. Because then that removes the effectiveness of whatever they want to sprinkle on you to make you fearful and feel like you're doing something wrong. That is not in the plan or the rule books in the back for you at church. So waiting on God is an excuse. It's a crutch that a lot of people use to do nothing. It's what people use to do nothing and to not actually take accountability for their inactiveness or their lack of growth or their lack of evolution in life, in work, in love, in marriage, in parenting, in business, in education. People don't want the responsibility, and so sometimes it is a cop-out to say, I'm waiting on God to release me. To do what? What are you waiting for? That's my next point. What are you waiting for? It's amazing to me how people will use this as an excuse and then watch everybody else do what they want to do and feel like those people are wrong. I don't think you heard from God. How would you know? According to you, you ain't heard from God. So how you know if I have? You're still doing the same thing, or you're still not doing anything. And in order to make yourself feel better or safer, you'd rather throw off at someone else and say, they ain't heard from God to be doing that. Oh, so I guess you haven't heard either because you're not doing anything. At least this person is making a move and getting blessed or getting experience to know what to do the next time. You're playing it safe, but you're stuck. I don't like that. Me and my girlfriends do not recommend 0 stars. No, that's not a 10 out of 10. Remaining stuck and being in the same space, only able to give feedback or judge someone else who's actually doing something, is a very miserable place to be in. And a lot of people have taken a residency being stuck. And again, it only works for the person who you're stuck under. Whew! Are you ignoring the signs? My. There are so many situations that I know of where people have ignored signs to take action and to do things and to move on. And I like to use this scenario. Or not a scenario, but use this illustration, if you will. When it is wintertime, you are not seeing trees in full bloom. You're just not. Because it's out of season. It's not normal. It's not regular. Those leaves fall. The trees are bare. And then they reemerge. They come into full bloom in the spring. They're beautiful. They're vibrant. They're full of life. They're thriving. Right? Because that's in season. Imagine seeing a tree in full bloom in the winter. Brittle, dry, broken up. You stay too long. You weren't supposed to be here. You're out of place. You're out of order. You've missed, right? You've missed your moment. Your moment came and left, and you still decided to stay there. Now you're brittle, dried up, ineffective. Nobody wants to see anything, like nobody even expects anything from you because you never made the changes that you needed to in order to prepare you for the next. You see where I'm going with this? All of the seasons matter. All of them do. They all have their place. And it's the same way in life. If you are ignoring the signs in your life of the changes that you need to make, you need to understand that it's fear that's making you not move. It's not that you haven't heard from God, because God is not going to audibly speak to you. Now, there's some people who said they've heard the voice of God. I do not dispute that. That is not my experience, and I cannot tell you what you heard with your ears. However, I can say that I've had unctions. I've felt things in my inner being that leads me to do other things, to take action. Check this. Send this email. Call this person, right? Respond to that. Inbox them. Show up here. Pay for this for that person. Do that for her. Make the connection for them. Right? Yeah. Signs. When you're in action, when you're in motion, when you're taking steps, doors open. Another illustration that I like to use when I do my speeches, when I do public speaking. Automatic doors only open when there's motion towards them. Go on up to the local Walmart, Target, Kroger, H-E-B, Sprouts, the Whole Foods, and see if those doors open with nobody walking towards them. The signs that you say you're waiting for are not going to be presented to you no. They're not going to be presented to you if you're not taking motion, if you're not in action. There's been so many doors that have opened or so many things that have presented itself to me because I was in motion. When you walk towards those automatic doors, they open for you. And if they don't, it's because they're malfunctioning. Something's wrong. Something's off with the doors, not with you walking towards them. You can find you another entry point. Don't be discouraged and think all the doors are closed. I can't go in there. No, you can't. There are other ways to enter your season. Okay? There are other ways. But if you are ignoring the signs, if you're ignoring the relationships, if you're ignoring the calls, if you're ignoring the texts, if you're ignoring the emails, if you're ignoring the connections, if you're ignoring the opportunities, that's because you don't want to do it. You're not ready. You're fearful. And it's okay to actually say that. It's okay to accept that and then to start taking action to overcome that fear. But it's in the faith that great things take place. One day I will share my story. One day I will. I will share my story of how great things have happened in my life, in my business, because of my faith, because of me believing, because of my thoughts, because of my mind, because of my heart. Things that nobody else has ever done that I've ever known. And I know a lot of people, just like I'm sure you know a lot of people. Isolated events of success are only isolated because only a small amount of people are willing to actually take action on what they want. The percentage could be greater for successful people, right? And success is also relative. It's subjective. Because success is whatever you want it to be. Success could be you paying for all of your groceries and then having extra money to go out to eat. That's success. Like, I successfully budgeted this week. I successfully worked enough overtime to be able to do something extra. Success is relative to who the person is who is measuring success for them. Success ain't always money. It ain't being on Forbes. It ain't being on Oprah's favorite things. It's not being in the news. It's not being in a magazine. It's not being a millionaire. Everybody's level of success is different. But if you're missing and ignoring the signs for you yourself to do what would make you happy, that is not you waiting on God. That's you being fearful. That's you saying, I don't want to do that. I don't know how I would show up for this. I don't know what is in me that can actually connect with that. I don't know how we'll go about doing that. It's okay to say those things and then allow the right answers to come to you. But are you listening for the right answers? Are you watching? Are you watching with a doubtful heart or are you watching with an open mind? Because the two cannot exist in the same space. But in church, you're not taught that. You're taught that everything is trust God, wait on God, wait for him to answer you, wait for him to show you, and things could be lining up and happening every time. You fill out one application, and then you get accepted, and then the provision is made for something to be paid for, maybe the school or the training or the classes or the course or the conference. But if you hadn't applied, you wouldn't have known that there was certain funding set aside for people with a certain situation or small business or with a certain certification that just needs a little bit extra. Doors only open when you're in motion. So stop saying you're waiting on God for anything, because you're not. You're not waiting on God to lead at church. You've had signs. That's why you're saying that you want to leave, but you're just waiting for God because you know you need to leave. Sometimes all you need for approval is your desire for change. It's not seeking God to give you any answer. The answer is within. The discomfort is your answer. The confusion is your answer. The lack of peace is your answer. The sickness is your answer. The unhappiness happiness is your answer. My God, my God. All of the people who may be asking you why you're still somewhere or doing something or haven't elevated is your answer. Like, dang, somebody just asked me why I hadn't taken this course. Why I haven't gone here yet. Girl, you been out of town this year? You ain't took no vacation time? That could be a sign, man. I need to go. I need to do this. The signs that you all think are about to be so miraculous and voices you think you're about to hear out the dark deepness of the ocean, I don't know why we are so obsessed with having biblical style miracles and burning bush experiences. Y'all need to come on up into the new age. Come here. Come on. Because see, them stories from the Bible, it's not how we're living right now. And all of those are alleged anyway. And don't judge me, judge your mama. Because I'm just telling you what I know. Or what I don't know. Actually, I don't know if any of those things happened. I believe that they did, but I don't know that they did. There is no evidence or proof that a burning bush talked. There's no evidence or proof that a snake turned into a rod. There's no evidence or proof that a man was in a well and got out. There's no proof that a man was in a lion's den and did not get eaten. There is no proof that a man walked on water. There is no proof that a man split a sea for people to walk through. There's no proof. But what there is proof of is you being able to believe in yourself for signs and wonders to take place in your life. You can believe whatever you want. If those stories give you faith, lean on them. But what you have to stop doing is blaming God for your inaction. That's not fair to your Creator. When we A, say that He makes no mistakes, and B, that He completed His work on what day? Okay, and rested. So now He waking up to an alarm to remember to bless you. He waking up to an alarm to touch somebody, to speak to you or give to you or do something for you. You need to take action. Because whatever is already done. Whatever is already done. It's already there. But if you never show up to claim yours, it's not coming to you. You have to go get it. You have to show up for. You have to be prepared. I've had so many doors open for me because I'm doing what I should be doing. Nobody's going to just walk up to you off the street and be like, you're supposed to have this business open. Girl, go ahead and start that candle business so I can buy candles from you. A complete stranger is not going to do that. But a complete stranger will buy candles from a company that is open, operating, and shipping. You have to make the steps in order for those who are meant to support you, see you, learn from you, grow with you. They can't reach you if you're not out there. So many people have missed their next level, their next season, their greater, their better, their more, their prosperity, their abundance, their wealth, their health, because they never went to get it. Never. Let somebody play the lottery. Get them numbers. They're going to be watching. They're going to turn on the TV, the radio, wherever is going to be announced, they're going to set themselves in preparation for that announcement, for the answer. Nobody buys a ticket and then goes throws it in the trash. So you telling me you praying and you asking and then you crying and you upset? Go get your answer. Go tune in, tap in, and be turned on for your answer. And stop blaming stuff on your Creator who ain't never been late. Woo! Okay. All right. And lastly, I already said it. God has completed the work. It's done. I love the song by Anita Wilson, It's Done. What I shall be, I already am, is done. It's already done. It's already done. It's done. It is done. It is a finished, complete work. You just have to ask. You just have to receive. You just have to align. You just have to believe. You just have to accept. You just have to show up. You just have to take action. You just have to be present. You have to want it. And not want it on a contingency basis, not on a I'll feel good when this happens, but now. Set your stuff in order now. The saying, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, that ain't just for people in the world. That's for people everywhere. Except now. So all this waiting on God, nah. That ain't who you waiting on. You waiting on you. You waiting on you to believe in you. You waiting on you to see you. You waiting on you to do you. You waiting on you to be you. The world is waiting for you. Are you going to show up? All right. I've enjoyed this video. That was a good flow. All right. I've enjoyed it. Maybe it was a little shoulder sleep right here that made me act up. But either way, I've enjoyed today, and hopefully you guys have too. Hopefully this encouraged you to take action. Don't wait for anybody else to take steps that you yourself can take yourself. That you can take yourself. Don't wait for other people to take steps that you can take yourself. Don't wait for anybody else to be a crutch for you. Nobody else is coming on a white horse to save you, to open doors for you. Go ahead and move. It's time. Maybe this is your sign. It's time. It's time. You deserve it. You have worked for it. You have worked for it. You have believed for it. You have been scared for it. Some of us are afraid of success. Not money. Not power. Some of us are afraid to actually get what we say we want. Change that. Change that into show up and enjoy what it is you desire. All right? Okay. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Comment below in the video. And I cannot wait to dialogue with you guys and see what your thoughts are and how you've been taught on trusting God and leaning on God and waiting on Him for an answer. And has that answer ever come? It's already done. All right, you guys. See you guys in the next one for more of my